Elon Musk is worth $300 billion. Jeff Bezos, around $200 billion. The largest private fortunes in modern history. They would not make the top 5 on this list. Today, we're converting the actual biblical record, livestock counts, gold measurements, trade revenues, into modern dollar values. Not guesses, calculations. 1 talent of gold equals $2.1 million today. 1 ton, $64.3 million. Let's rank the richest people in the Bible. 3 quick honorable mentions. The Queen of Sheba. Her frankincense monopoly alone puts her in the billions. King Hezekiah. Babylon sent ambassadors just to see his treasury. Joseph of Egypt. He didn't own the wealth. He managed the most powerful economy in the ancient world. Rank number 6. Job. Most people know Job for what he lost. Few understand what he actually had. Job 1:3. 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen. His camels alone were worth $165 million at today's prices. Total wealth, including land and infrastructure, up to $1 billion. But here's the part nobody talks about financially. Job 42:12. God restored Job with exactly double every number. 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, documented with the precision of an accounting statement. Final net worth, $1 to $2 billion. The greatest comeback story in financial history. Rank 5. Isaac. Genesis 26:12. During a regional famine, when every other farmer was losing everything, Isaac planted crops and reaped a 100-fold return in the same year. In modern terms, imagine buying distressed real estate at the 2009 crash bottom and seeing a 10,000% return in 12 months. He became so wealthy, the Philistine king asked him to leave the country. Not evicted, asked diplomatically, because his economic power exceeded theirs. Estimated net worth, $10 to $30 billion. Rank 4. Jacob. The original 0 to billions story. He arrived at Laban's house with nothing. Negotiated a deal that looked terrible. He'd only received the spotted and striped animals, the rejects. Then he applied selective breeding, paired the strongest animals to reproduce the pattern he owned. Over years, his fraction became the majority. When he left, his wealth required splitting into 2 separate camps for security. Think 2 holding companies. Estimated net worth? $15 to $40 billion. Built from zero using breeding as a business strategy. Rank 3. Abraham. Genesis 13:2. Very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. 3 distinct asset classes, simultaneously. He held livestock generating income, precious metals as stored value, land as an appreciating asset, a private army of 318 trained men, and diplomatic relationships with both Pharaoh and the Philistine king. Here's the line that tells the real story. Genesis 13:6. The land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great. 2 men. Their combined wealth required dividing an entire geographic region to prevent resource conflict. Abraham's estimated net worth, $25 to $75 billion. The first multi-asset portfolio in biblical record. Rank 2. King David. And this is where the numbers leave modern reality behind. Let me give you one figure. David donated 100,000 talents of gold and 1 million talents of silver to the temple project. Just that donation, one gift from his personal treasury, equals $226 billion at today's prices. And he still had wealth remaining after. David ran 5 simultaneous wealth engines for 40 years. Military conquest tribute, copper mining, crossroads taxation, diplomatic gifts, military spoils. Estimated net worth, $300 to $500 billion. More than any individual currently alive. But stay, because number one makes David look like he was still getting started. Rank number 1. King Solomon. The richest human being in recorded history. By a margin so large, the second placeholder is not in the same category. 1 Kings 10:14. Solomon's annual gold income was 666 talents. At today's price, $1.4 billion per year. Every year for 39 years. Just in gold. That's before trade revenues, before silver, before his maritime fleet, which brought 420 talents of gold per voyage from Ophir. That's $882 million per trip. Before his chariot arbitrage, buying Egyptian chariots at 600 shekels, selling to the Hittites at markup. No competition. Complete market control. The ancient equivalent of an exclusive distribution monopoly. The total estimated net worth, calculated from the biblical record and confirmed by academic biblical economists, exceeds $2 trillion. For context, Elon Musk at $300 billion is 15% of Solomon's wealth. The entire US GDP is $29 trillion. Solomon's personal fortune was roughly 7% of that. In one person's hands. And here's the verse that says it all. 1 Kings 10:27. The king made silver as common in Jerusalem as stones. When your wealth inflates the precious metals market of an entire kingdom, you are operating in a different category of fortune entirely. 6 people, 6 eras, completely different assets, but they all followed the same pattern. 1. They diversified across asset classes. Not one type, all of them, always. 2. They took calculated risks when others wouldn't. Isaac planted during a famine. Jacob took the rejects. Solomon built a Red Sea fleet. 3. They built systems, not just assets. Tribute flows, breeding programs, trade monopolies. 4. Every fortune here was built over decades, compounding, patient, deliberate. And 5. None of them accumulated wealth as the end goal. Abraham funded a nation. David funded the temple. Solomon built Jerusalem into the economic center of the ancient world. Wealth as a vehicle, not a destination. That is the distinction the Bible teaches, and most people are never given. The Bible is not a poverty document, and it is not a prosperity gospel document. It is a wealth stewardship document, one that contains more sophisticated financial instruction than most modern MBA programs. Subscribe to Solomon's Portfolio. You are already in the in-group.